Welcome back.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. How have you been?
Good afternoon, sir. I am feeling a little under the weather.
Why? What
The
happened?
changing
Yeah,
because of I guess the changing season. I
right,
have a little cold.
right.
Yeah.
But somehow I believe this year the summers have been extended. It's November 8th, and until now it gets
Hmm.
very cold in Delhi. I live in Delhi. It gets cold, but it's till now my fan is on. Not right now, but then in the night I have to switch on my fan for a while. Right? So I
Hmm.
don't know what's happening. Maybe global warming. Anyway, hope you get back to good health soon.
Sir, can you wait just for us?
We can, and I would open up the session to you. If you have something that you've been following off late, or anything on your mind that kind of intrigues you, makes you curious, something that you follow on the internet recently, let's talk about that. No problem. Whatever comes to your mind. Of course, I can propose a lot of things from my end, but why not you do it? That's also fine.
I think you can bring some creative ideas. You should initiate that.
Sure, sure. Why not? Let's talk a little bit about the importance of English, right, in the global scenario. And because you are someone who is a student of English, and you're also someone, I think you're a YouTuber, right? That's what you told me last time. Yeah.
Yes.
So being a YouTuber, let's contextualize it. Like being a YouTuber, how important it is to have a command on the English language, and how do you feel about this whole thing, English and influencing? Because YouTube is basically what influence and education. So in being a part of the influence industry, how important is in English, and how do you look at it? Tell me from experience. Don't think of an intellectual answer. Just from your experience, being a student of English. How do you feel about this whole thing?
Yeah, being a student of English and being a YouTuber, I feel like we should have great command over this language, but
Hmm.
at the same time, I have experienced that we should not use much advanced words while communicating with normal people. If they
Yeah.
are not getting my thoughts, what I am
Mm.
trying to convey to them, then there is no meaning of using very fancy words in front of them.
Correct.
That is
Mm.
one I have realized. But it should be very simple, and I think the structure and the pronunciation should be clear as
Correct.
per my experience, whatever I have observed till now. Second
Mm.
thing, as an influencer, I guess I have to be very, I have to represent myself
Hmm.
confident in English,
Okay.
because many people get this motivation from me that okay, I come from a village and I was totally bad at English because I used to mug up things, I used to learn things in
Mm.
Hindi, and I am
Mm.
from Hindi medium school too. So I struggled a lot, so they look up to me in order to when they stop their journey in between, and
Mm.
after watching my videos they start their journey again. Like many people have started their journey, so in that scene I feel more
Mm.
responsible, like this is my responsibility now to upgrade myself so I
Okay.
can help others. Because yeah, as I mentioned, like it is not important to use fancy words,
Right.
but at the same time people come here to learn from my videos.
Mm.
So I should start using not much, but I guess two or three new word or fancy word in each video that would be helpful for them.
So a fair balance between being communicative and also giving a little sense of wonderment. Like when you hear a new word, you feel a little excited, or you feel as if you are in an elitist circle, right? Isn't it? When people were go to step into a five-star hotel, they feel a little uncomfortable because it's too overwhelming. But then you walk into a good hotel where people are just like you, but it's a beautiful hotel. It has a very welcoming,
Mhm.
warm feeling. Correct? Something like that.
Yes,
I mean, if I could use the
absolutely.
metaphor of a hotel, I don't know how appropriate
Mhm.
is that, but then it's if it still, I believe it serves the purpose. What is the meaning of a metaphor, Rajni? I just used the word metaphor.
Metaphor. we use, I don't know how to explain, but we use for a particular famous or a great thing,
Mhm.
to anything to that refers to that one thing. I don't know how to explain it. I know metaphor, but I don't know how to explain
Yeah.
it. I'm sorry.
Yes, it happens. Many times we understand the use of it, but we can't explain because there's a little lack of clarity. Now, lack of clarity is not a crime. So let me help you explain. So, my experience or your
Cannot
yeah,
see you.
sorry.
I cannot see you.
But my camera is on. I can see you clearly. You are visible.
Yeah, now I can see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So metaphor is when we use something as a comparative, right? So he was a lion in the he was a horse in the race.
Hmm.
The man is not a horse, but he's
Mm-hmm.
being compared to a horse. So
Yes.
the horse here is a metaphor for the man,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or
Metaphor.
the
Yes.
feeling of walking into a hotel or a five-star hotel is being compared to someone speaking extremely elitist English or very fancy words, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the feeling is being replicated through a metaphor of walking into a five-star hotel. So it's a comparison along with
Mm-hmm.
an example, something that you can relate to. That's a metaphor,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. Okay, I'll give you one more difference between a metaphor and a simile. Simile.
You are on mute now.
Yeah, that is because instead of hitting the right button, I hit the space bar. That mutes up. Right. Simile is
Simile.
when we simile. Simile is when we use the word like. He was like a horse in the race. He was like a lion in the fight. He was a lion in
Mm-hmm.
the fight is metaphor. He was like a lion is simile.
Okay.
Got
Okay.
the difference?
Yeah.
Now
Mm-hmm.
from these are from literary background, English literature background. You don't have to know all of this, but it's just good to have knowledge. That's why I shared with you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I have heard this metaphor a lot of time when I used to learn poems in Korean.
Right,
So at
right.
that time, I got to know about metaphor. Yeah.
Metaphor. Yeah. Also, like we were discussing pronunciation last time, and you were keen on pronunciation, and I told you it's okay to have a bit of mother tongue influence, but because you have an interest in neutralizing your accent, so instead of saying metaphor, we can say metaphor. Metaphor.
Metaphor.
Metaphor. Right.
Metaphor.
One of the tricks of the English language is to reduce the stress when you speak on certain words. Not just certain words, overall, when you speak, it's like walking on water. Right? That's a simile again. It's like
Mm-hmm.
walking on water. Right? You don't have to dive
Mm-hmm.
into it. It's like you're putting your footsteps very easily without a lot of stress. When we put a lot of stress, it becomes very Indian, right? Metaphor or any words
Mm-hmm.
disgusting. Let's say
Okay.
disgusting. We say disgusting. So let's say we are expressing our emotion. We say disgusting. So we're putting a lot of stress. Native English speakers reduce the stress. As in disgusting. As if it's gliding,
Disgusting.
right? That's the basic difference
Mm-hmm.
between why people struggle to neutralize their accent or why their mother tongue influence is too heavy. The moment you realize
Mm-hmm.
that speaking English is a light movement, it's an easy way of
Mm-hmm.
using words instead of putting a lot of stress. But Indian languages are full of lot of stress, so we tend to do it. It's not our mistake. It's just the way we are conditioned. Our
Mm-hmm.
articulators have been conditioned. All right, a bit of a pronunciation related gyan over there. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
where were we? What were we discussing? We were talking about simile, metaphor. No, something else, I guess. All right, never mind. Okay. Um, you had a question, isn't it? I just completely slipped my mind. You were asking something, were you?
No, I was not
I
asking
wasn't. You
anything. No.
wasn't. You weren't. Okay. Now, whenever we are talking about the, yes, you were talking about your influence in the YouTube journey, or the journey of being a YouTuber. Of course, I believe English is
Mhm.
important, because if you want to reach a wider audience and influence people from all kinds of societies, even abroad, then obviously English is required. But again, in India, Hindi is the go-to language. If you want to go viral, if you want to attract people in the first place, and then maybe educate them with English, then Hindi is makes them real hook. That's more powerful.
Yes. Mhm.
Sure. All right. Tell me about how you started the YouTube journey. Let's get to the basics of how it started, how far you have come until now, and how is it going?
I like basically I started first YouTube channel in 2021 when I
Okay.
was preparing for banking exams.
Mhm.
At that time, I was sharing only videos. I used to solve mock tests in my
Mhm.
mobile phone. I used to record the screen recording basically, and I
Mhm.
used to share those videos on my YouTube. But that
Mhm.
wasn't working well, and even though I was not enjoying the process of preparing for banking exam, that was not my cup of tea. So I quit the preparation and I deleted the YouTube channel too. Then I
Mhm.
came here, Jaipur, and I thought let's work on my communication skills and start something else. So I
Mhm.
started learning English. So I thought I should start YouTube channel also, so I can
Mhm.
share my journey and people will get motivation from there, and they will also start. They will also learn something because initially I started learning this first Clappingo tutors.
Okay.
So I also used to watch a lot of videos, clapping
Mhm.
of videos at that time. So
Okay.
that was helping me.
Mhm.
Like I was learning so many things from those videos.
Mhm.
Then I thought, let's share my journey too. Like
Sure.
this, I started only in August 2022. Again, this channel, and now it is going good. I have 21.7k subscribers,
Oh,
and
wonderful. That's a good number.
people are connecting to me from every state, I must say. Yes,
Okay.
so it
Hmm.
is going good. It is a nice experience of working over there.
Right. And when it comes to people are connecting to you, is it just in the comment section, or are they getting in touch with you to learn from you, or like what additional or what extra has happened to you? That's what I want to understand. That journey of
Mhm.
progress.
Extra is, I guess, uh, I inspired a particular community that is housewives, homemakers,
That's
basically,
wonderful.
who has done their masters, B.Ed, post graduation in English. They wanted to do something in English, but
Okay.
because of this one factor, that is marriage, and after
Hmm.
marriage, they quit studies, they quit
Correct.
jobs. Many
Hmm.
things happened in their life, so they started connecting to me, and I have talked to many housewives personally. I have uploaded those videos also on my YouTube channel, and
Right.
because of that, many housewives have started their journey again of learning this language. Some have started their YouTube channel too. Yeah.
Wow.
So I
I
think
mean,
that is again, best thing happened. Yeah.
congratulations to you. Well, not just for being able to influence others, but being an inspiration. And I hope you start making money out of it, not just from the YouTube monetization, but also teach people, right? Because
Hmm.
money is important, because it sustains something. If you want to do something on a long term, you have to make money out of it. It's necessary. It's I
Yes.
mean, it's essential. It's not just a good thing to do, because sustainability comes through money, and also motivation. You get motivated when you work. See, money is an amplifier. It amplifies everything. If you're a good person, your
Mhm.
goodness will amplify. If you're a bad person, your bad aspects will amplify. So I think you should start your own course as well.
But for that, I need to work upon still. Like it's been only a year and it was a journey of learning itself. Still, it
Hmm.
is going on. But yeah, I think still, time experience matters a lot. So I think after
Of
one
course.
year, I would be able to. Yeah.
Sure, whenever you feel ready, but sooner the better. That's what I would like to tell you.
Mhm.
All right. Um,
Yeah.
so, what about your current? Oh, we are already 18 minutes into the session. Let's do a quick impromptu. Would you like to do a quick 1 minute impromptu on any topic?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Sure. Okay. Tell me something about your favorite YouTuber. One, two, three, start.
My favorite YouTuber Ankur Wariku, who has written two books. One is Do Epic Shit. One is Get Epic. Do Epic Shit. Second is Get Epic Shit Done. And Do Epic Shit helped me a lot whenever I quit the habit of reading books. Again, when I start after 15 days or after 10 days, I pick only one that book and I start with that. And he has changed many youngsters' life basically. He is an entrepreneur. He talks personally with many people on Instagram too. On Friday, so I like him very much. He inspired me a lot. Yeah.
Okay. You are still 17 seconds short out of
Okay.
1 minute.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. No
Uh,
problem. No problem. If you have stopped, then the
okay.
flow is anyway gone. Right.
Yes.
Entrepreneur. Pronounce that word again with me. Entrepreneur.
Yeah. Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
So,
Entrepreneur.
entrepreneur.
Right. Now let's
Entrepreneur.
quicken it up. Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Okay. Yeah. Close enough. Pretty close enough. People often say entrepreneur. No, wrong pronunciation. I am a great fan of different pronunciations, but it cannot be a wrong pronunciation. Entrepreneur is completely wrong. Entrepreneur. Okay. So when
Entrepreneur.
entrepreneur. So when we are giving an impromptu, there are certain rules around it. One is start with a, start either with a bang, like I love Ankur Warikoo, with a very powerful statement, or Ankur Warikoo is the most controversial, or is the most controversial person on the internet persona. Start with a bang. It should attract people's attention. It's called hook. We call it a hook, right? As a YouTuber, you know it even better than me that people are attracted only in the first 5 seconds. If the first 5 seconds don't work out, they skip. They don't want to. They scroll further. So when you start an impromptu, it has to start with something which will catch the attention in the first 2 3 seconds. And one sentence doesn't last more than 3 seconds. 3 seconds. It's called a 3 second miracle, right? Once you've done the hook, move on to something called the story. Like, what is the story? Or the problem statement, or the solution statement. What is Ankur Warikoo solving? You can say that I love Ankur Warikoo. He is the one who has transformed millions of lives or thousands of lives simply by teaching good communication, right? So you introduce the topic in a way, and then you tell a story about him, right? Or you tell about his journey or whatever, and then conclude in a way that feels good about him, or if there is anything which is special about is any one quick trivia. So now this is not one shot formula. This is one of the formula. Like, this is one of the formulas. It doesn't have to be the way that I have spoken, but there has to be some variation. It cannot be one flat line going, right? Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you, Rajni?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. You can also use these tricks for your YouTube videos. And I'm sure you already know these things. So just getting reminded helps, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Any questions, doubts? Feel free.
I don't have much doubts for now,
Okay.
but yeah, again, like you said, you have to start with hook. So when I am in front of someone, like it is
Hmm.
really difficult for me to use the creative mind. But
Hmm.
whenever I am alone, spending time with myself only,
Hmm.
or before going to bed when I am not getting sleep very soon. So at that time, like many ideas come to my mind, like how I can start, how I can do, what I can
Yes.
do. But how to, improve that, how to enhance that skill in order
Hmm.
to think a little faster.
Hmm. Idea to enactment or idea to execution, as we call it in the startup language,
Oh,
right?
mm,
Once you have an idea, you have to write it down. Whether you write it in a copy or a note or on your notepad on your phone, you have to write it down. Once you have written it down, you have to describe your idea in written format. This is the
mhm,
single most effective technique for critical thinking. Critical thinking is best enhanced by writing down. because when ideas are written down, they get polished. If you keep on thinking, they get jumbled up, but if you write them down, they get, the puzzle gets starts to solve by itself. Try this trick, not every day, but at least 3 days a week. Put some time out before going to sleep, or whenever you're relaxed, or whenever idea comes to your mind, start writing. It will help you a lot.
Yeah, I prefer to start writing as soon as the idea comes in my mind, because after that, sometimes I forget the idea what came to my mind. And before I was writing in my WhatsApp, so
Hmm.
I lost that in my old mobile phone, and then I started writing in my diary now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But probably the diary may not be a very convenient thing to carry all around, because you could be traveling in a bus or a metro and then you can get some ideas. So you
Mhm.
can have these apps that even if your phone is lost and your app is and your app is destroyed or uninstalled, it's there in the cloud. Once you download it, it's you log into your account and it's there. Google Keep is a very good app, right? Because your Google
Mhm.
account will never be lost as long as you remember the password and the ID. Just log into Google, you go to Google Keep, and everything is there,
Mhm.
all that you've written. I use Google Keep.
Okay, yeah, I will also try that.
Sure. All right, Rajni, I think we are now at the end of the call. The whole call has been a feedback in a way, so no special feedback for you. But still, I like the
Mhm.
fact that you are consistent. I love it that you are a YouTuber. You're putting out yourself out. You're helping others. See, when we help others, help comes back. Now, it might sound a little philosophical, but then it's time tested, proven all across in all generations, in all societies. So, yeah, that would be all.
Mhm.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.